I need to clear out the cobweb.
So that's Goku.
During his battle with Frieza, I take it.
Yes, that's the one.
Isn't Saiyan hair supposed to be black?
Saiyans possess the ability.
Goku, Vegeta, and Whis are looking at each other and the atmosphere is tense. An energy of misunderstanding hangs in the air, and Goku is furious. Goku says, "We're not toys to be sent around. We're taking risks whenever the gods will so. I made up my mind. I will overcome them all, and in this way I will be free. I will free all mortals." Vegeta is impressed with Goku's attitude and can't believe what he just heard, but enters in the middle of discussion and says, "Well, I don't really identify with Kakarot at all, but this time he's right. Whenever something happens to the gods, mortals pay the price. This cannot happen anymore." Goku then continues to say, "Mr. Whis, I will leave now, and when you meet Mr. Beerus, say so, that soon I will face him, and it will be for the last time." Goku looks at Vegeta and says, "Let's go, Vegeta." Vegeta responds, "Don't give me orders, you insect." Vegeta touches Goku's shoulder, who concentrates and teleports back to Earth. Arriving there, Goku sees Gohan and the others, and everyone runs to hug Goku and Vegeta. Hey, how's it going? Just here to remind you to click the like button, subscribe here to the channel, and as always, stay tuned in our entire universe of Dragon Ball. Without further ado, let's go back to the point, shall we? But Vegeta doesn't want to hear about hugs and turns around, crossing his arms, and simply says, all right, just don't come pissing me off." At this point, Gohan starts to tell about all the adventures they had while they were away, and Goku can hardly believe it all. Vegeta is surprised to hear the stories and says, I can't believe Bulma turned into a Super Saiyan. It's dangerous, Bulma." Bulma approaches Vegeta and says, "Don't talk to your wife like that. You who disappeared and now you come with that poker face wanting to teach a moral lesson. Can you explain where you've been all this time?" Vegeta then explained everything that had happened while Gohan and the others watched and listened, along with Goku. And then Bulma starts talking. So it means you were prized. And you still have the nerve to fight me? You're a delinquent, Vegeta. I don't believe in such a thing. Don't come closer to me. No, don't come closer. No. Vegeta, after being scolded by his wife, is completely embarrassed and tries to explain himself. "Bulma, no, it's not my fault. It was Kakarot's fault, this imbecile." And this discussion goes on for quite some time, until tempers begins to calm down again. And then after explaining, Goku is extremely upset with the position of the gods and says, "Guys, we can no longer accept what the gods do, and I decided that I would travel the universes and recruit the warriors who want to face the gods with me. Ever since I got the powers of a god killer, I have doubts whether or not to face the gods. But now I've decided there's no other alternative." Gohan approaches and says, "But Dad, if you start fighting the gods, it could cause a war that would end all the universes." And Goku responds, "I know, my son, but there's no other way. If we don't fight, at some point all universes will suffer. There's only one choice we have. And now I have powers to stop the gods." Gohan tries to say, "But Dad, we should think of another one." Goku stops him and says, "Don't worry, none of you need a fight. This is a journey I will walk alone." Everyone is extremely worried, and Vegeta says, "Kakarot, what if no one wants to join you?" Goku then responds, "As I said, Vegeta, this is a path that I will walk alone if necessary. We can no longer lower our heads and simply obey. The only thing I ask is that you protect the Earth in the meantime." Vegeta then responds, "This time I won't go with you, otherwise Bulma will get even more mad. But I hope you make it." Goku then confidently says, "I'll find a way." Gohan, still dissatisfied, says, "Dad, I think you should think better about this." Goku slaps Gohan on the shoulder and says, "You don't have to worry if something happens to me. I still have you and Goten to take care of your mother, right?" At this point, Gohan lowers his head and says, "It's okay, Dad. Good luck in your journey." Goku then uses his teleportation and disappears. As Beerus has not returned yet, Goku's first target would be the nearest universe. After all, there were also a destroyer god Champa, Beerus' brother. Goku had learned to use his God Killer power to travel between universes without difficulty, so he could transition between one and other universe, and in this way, Goku decides to go to Universe 6. Meanwhile, in Champa's palace, we see Vados watching as Champa eats hundreds of bowls of food that he had gone to planet Earth from his universe to fetch. And Vados tries to warn him by saying, "Mr. Champa, if you keep eating like this, you end up exploding." Champa then says, "Shut up, woman!" He soon brings another bowl. Vados obeys and sees that there is no point of warning him, and so he goes on for a while. Meanwhile, we can observe a small planet where Goku had just arrived. He wanted to meet someone he knew, but he could feel the presence, but he could not locate it. In the distance, we see Hit watching, and then Hit says, "Why do I feel Goku's ki? What are you doing here, Goku? Do you want to fight me again?" How interesting. I think I'll ask in person. Goku walks across that plane until he hears a familiar voice. "Hey, Son Goku. How long has it been?" Goku looks to the side and answers, "At last I found you." Hit then comes over and asks, "What are you doing here? Came here to fight me again? Another round that you would like to lose?" Goku responds, "Actually, I came here to fight your god of destruction." Hit then says, "Oh, I understand. So you finally decided to become a god hunter, have you? Oh, I see. So you decided to become a bounty hunter like me, have you?" Goku responds, "That's not it. Just tell me how to find him, and stay out of my way." That didn't even look like the Goku we know anymore. The coldness and anger in his gaze made him dangerous and unpredictable. Hit responds, "You changed, Goku. But as it is, I think I owe you one. I'll tell you how to find him. Just travel to the center of the universe. When you're there, concentrate and try to feel the energy of destruction. If you find it, you'll know you found Champa." Goku responds, "Thanks. I'll be right then." Later, Goku says goodbye to Hit, and they go towards their destination. Goku arrives at the center of the universe, and there he begins to meditate, to concentrate until he feels the energy of destruction and then go towards it. Arriving there, he finds Vados, and when he sees Goku, Vados asks, "What are you doing here, Goku?" Goku responds, "I came to defeat Champa." Vados says, "He is sleeping. I can help with anything." Goku responds, "Wake him up." And then seeing how serious Goku is, Vados decides to do as he asks. Champa wakes up furious and runs towards Goku to find out what was going on, and when he gets there, Goku starts to say, "You arrogant gods! You don't understand how to value the power they have, and that's why I'm here, to correct your transgressions like gods." Champa is furious and wants to go after Goku. Vados then says, "Mr. Champa, you better watch out. There's something different with his eyes." Goku then says, "Vados, take us to a place where we can fight." Vados then hits her staff on the ground and teleports the two to the empty world. And so the two are face to face. Champa asks, "What do you want?" Goku responds with a smile on his face, "I want to defeat you, just that." Champa laughs. "Defeat me?" Goku answers, "And now it all starts. I'll end you." Goku heads towards him, and Champa goes towards Goku, and an intense glow of a flash takes over the air. A confrontation between Champa and Goku. Goku is furious with the gods, and when he sees Champa going towards him, he activates his God Killer transformation. At this moment, Champa watches and sees the strange form that Goku obtained, and then Champa screams, "Hey Goku! Where'd you get that form from? You couldn't do this before!" Goku then responds, "This transformation is something I got specially to face the gods." Champa then laughs. "Dude, you still haven't figured it out, have you?" Goku is confused and responds, "What do you mean I didn't notice?" Champa then says, "This way you are is something different from what you think. The more you use it, the more it takes away your lifespan. You are sacrificing yourself absolutely for nothing." Goku looks down at his hand and takes a deep breath, and in thoughts he says, "I don't know if it's true, but even if it is, it's too late. I will use it anyway, even if in the end I ended up dying. Goku then looks at Champa and says, that doesn't matter. What really matters is that I can finish you off. Champa then responds, boy, you can try. At this moment, Champa disappears and appears behind Goku. He has his Hakai ready to exterminate Goku, who strikes his hand, causing the attack to dissipate. Champa spins around and lands a punch on Goku's face, who goes backwards. And with his tense aura, he strikes the air and goes towards Champa. Vados, who was watching everything, is impressed with how powerful Goku is. After all, now he's able to fight on equal footing against the god of destruction. Goku exchanges blows with Champa, and everything that exists around him is destroyed in an instant. Champa starts to get out of breath, but he doesn't find gaps in Goku's defense, and after thinking it would be a simple fight, he's starting to regret it. Champa then says, I have no choice but to use my secret weapon. At this point, Champa raises his hand and starts gathering energy for an attack. Goku, who had been sent away with an attack, recovers quickly and says, I'm not going to give you a chance to do whatever you're thinking. Vados, then seeing this massive energy that Champa gathers, screams, Mr. Champa, don't do that! This amount of energy will destroy this entire solar system! Goku quickly flies towards them, but the energy takes on unimaginable proportions, and not only is the solar system in danger, but the entire universe, which at that moment begins to shudder and countless planets begin to disintegrate. Goku then looks around and feels the energy of the entire universe. At this moment, Goku says, Alright, you can come with everything! Champa throws the energy sphere that was similar to a Hakai, but it was absurdly giant. All the planets that are around him starts to disappear. Stars are thrown away from that absurd force. It's going with everything on top of Goku, who stretches his arm then to block that attack with his hands. Goku concentrates, and when that powerful energy approaches and is about to touch him, it disappears, causing Goku to understand absolutely nothing. At this point, Goku is confused and says, Huh? But what was that? Where did the attack go? And then Goku realizes Champa is behind him, saying, So, you let your guard down, as planned. I want to see you escape from this. Hakai! Champa fires a Hakai at close range, hitting Goku. Not because he received all the energy of destruction directly into his body, but Goku resists and manages to contain it by making it pass through his body and focus on the palm of his hand. At this point, Goku sighs and says, Whew, that was very clever, and it's a pity it didn't work. But then throws that Hakai towards Champa, who is hit, but the attack has no effect. However, it was not all. Goku teleports and appears in front of the god of destruction, and with an extremely powerful concentrated ki in his hand, he unleashes an attack by piercing Champa's chest that begins to agonize and says, You will never be able to kill a god! Goku then looks at him with a serious and somber look and says, Yes, I can, because I am a god killer! Goku, with his hand inside Champa's chest, used it as an attack he got with his transformation, something similar to the Hakai, but effective against the gods. And when shooting inside Champa's body, it disintegrates from the middle inside out. At this very moment, Goku's transformation ends and he begins to fall. Vados, who is right next to him, quickly grabs him and takes him to safety and starts standing to his wounds. A while passes until Goku wakes up. He's scared and can't understand where he is or how he got there until Vados appear next to him and he says, What do you want here? Do you want to get revenge for me breaking up the Champa? She answers, That's not it. I treated your wounds and stayed here with you while you healed. Goku asks, How long have I been unconscious? And she responds, Well, let's see. In human time, you were here for about 2 weeks. Goku is amazed at what he heard and said, I need to get out of here. I need to go after another god. Vados then says, That won't be so easy. You killed a deity, and soon you will have to explain yourself to the great Zeno. Goku then says, I don't owe anyone an explanation. The gods, the angels, you always think you can manipulate everything however you want, but now it won't be like that anymore. Vados says, I don't know what your motivations are, but I would like to follow you. Goku doesn't understand what she means and asks, Why do you want to follow me? She answers, I see that you're not the same Goku as before, and I'm curious to know how you will destroy the gods. I want to be around. Goku says, Do whatever you want, but if you try to stop me, I'll fight you too. Vados then says, don't worry, I just want to watch. Goku then responds, whatever. Meanwhile, at Zeno's Daishikan's palace, he meets with Zeno-sama to tell him what happened. And when approaching, Daishikan says, Lord Zeno, Son Goku destroyed a god of destruction. This was a very reckless thing to do. What will you do about it? Zeno then responds, I won't do anything. We really needed to replace the current gods. If Goku gets rid of them, at least we don't have to erase them. Daishikan answers, and of course, Zeno-sama, I understand. And the high priest bows to the great Zeno and leaves the palace. Outside the palace, we see huge rocks with spheres on top. But in one of them, one of the spheres is off, while the others emit a glow, each one representing a universe and its respective god of destruction. However, number 6 is off. That is, Universe 6 was collapsing after all. With one of its gods exterminated, the balance has been compromised. Meanwhile, we observe Goku being accompanied by Vados that decided to follow on his journey. Goku is currently roaming the cosmos to find a way to go in search of a new target, to go on a search of a new god so that he can face him. And so, his journey continues. Goku's thoughtful, but even full of doubts, there are no more ways to go back on his decision. After all, he had already become a god killer, because he already used his power to kill a god, so there were no more choices needed to continue his path. Vados asks, Son Goku, what is your motivation? Goku says nothing. Vados tries to create a dialogue, but does not get answers. However, Vados sees that Goku is too weak and says, Mr. Goku, how about we stop on some planet for a meal? At that moment, Goku's stomach starts to rumble, and he decides to stop. The universes are now in his hands. Goku and Vados will go on a great journey in search of the gods, and Goku wants to get rid of the burden of being a mere puppet. Goku and Vados are traveling the universe together. Vados obtained the cosmic cube so they could travel through space without worry. Goku is eating because he hasn't eaten in a while, and he's dying of hunger. However, Goku is different. Goku is not the same after everything he's faced. Upon obtaining the form of a god killer, Goku is taken by hatred and his spirit just wants to achieve his goals, to make the gods stop using mortals for their own benefit. Goku has become colder. His personality is more like of a Saiyan. And after meeting his father, Goku realized that to end injustices, he should let the Saiyan within him speak louder. At this moment, Goku is just a being who seeks to find freedom and reach where no one else can. He needs to fight the gods even if it ends up corrupting him or destroying him. But one way or another, he needs to fight. Vados is increasingly intrigued by Goku because she realizes that every second he gets more powerful without training. Wherever he exceeds his limits, he goes further beyond, as if each breath his power is renewed, thus making him stronger. Vados begins to see Goku with different eyes and admires him a little more every moment. And after Goku gets rid of Champa, she sees him as someone capable of battling the gods. The journey continues and Vados decides to ask, Mr. Goku, where are we going now? Have you thought about what your next step might be? Goku looks at her with a cold gaze and responds, It doesn't matter. Let's go anywhere. I still need to recover my energies to go after the gods. Vados then says, Wouldn't you rather talk to Zeno-sama and try to explain yourself? Goku responds, And what good would that do? Vados then says, Probably maybe that would help your mission. And he responds, I don't think it would solve anything. Vados goes on to say, If Zeno decides to erase you, then there won't even be a way to get where you need to be. Goku then becomes thoughtful and then responds, Well then, let's talk to Zeno-sama. Vados then decides to take Goku to Zeno's palace so that they can try to find a way out before Zeno decides to erase Goku from starting to hurt the gods. Meanwhile, in Zeno's palace, the high priest is observing each universe in some kind of technological device and Zeno is playing with a board game. A game very similar to chess, but people are puppets similar to the gods of destruction of each universe. Daishikan approaches Zeno and says, Lord Zeno, Son Goku is coming to us. Zeno responds, Oh, that's great! It's been a long time since I last met him. The high priest then responds, Really? Well, he will arrive soon. As soon as he arrives, I will bring you to his presence. Zeno says, Alright, I'd like to talk to him. Sometime later, Goku arrives along with Vados, and the high priest was at the entrance apparently waiting for them. Daishikan says, "Welcome, Son Goku. I'll take you to Zeno-sama." Goku looks at Vado, who just makes a sign with his hand, demonstrating that he didn't know anything, and the two start walking following Daishikan. They arrived at the hall where Zeno was. At that moment, Zeno gets excited and floats towards Goku, shaking his hand. Zeno seems to be happy, but Goku only shows seriousness, and suddenly the mood changes. Zeno asks, "Goku, are you not happy to see me?" And he responds, "It's not that, it's just, at the moment I don't know what's going on anymore." Zeno then asks, "Goku, well, I have a mission for you." Goku is surprised and responds, "What? What kind of mission?" At that moment, a gloomy climate takes over everything. Vado starts to shake and a drop of sweat runs down her face. Zeno approaches Goku's face and looks deeply into his eyes and says, "Destroy all gods of destruction." Goku is extremely surprised, and Daishikan starts talking. The gods of destruction are no longer qualified for the position they hold. They are neglecting their duties and always end up harming the development of the universes. The great Zeno-sama heard of Son Goku's desire to stop the gods of destruction, and so he decided to make it official. At this point, you have the freedom to face and defeat each one of them. You are now officially a god killer. Goku for a brief moment smiles. Vados observes with a serious face. After all, she doesn't quite understand what's going on. At this moment, the high priest continues to say, "Vados will go with you and accompany you on your journey. I hope you can accomplish the mission you so desire, and after accomplishing it, the great Zeno-sama will choose the new gods." At this moment, in respect, Goku kneels and says, "I will do this." Vados somehow feels happy because she will be able to accompany Goku. But not even she knows why she was happy, and then the meeting ends. Goku says goodbye to Zeno and Vados, and he goes on his journey. Goku is sitting inside Kubo with his arms crossed. At this point, he's even more motivated to find the gods. And so he says to Vados, "Now let's find the next gods of destruction. We have a big mission to accomplish." "Where should we start?" Now where should we start? Vados then responds, "At this moment, we're close to Universe 8. We can try to find the destroyer from there, and then officially the mission will be started." Goku responds, "Okay, let's go." In the Universe 8, Liquids, the god of that universe, was calm on a planet where he could take advantage of doing nothing. After all, working was not his strong point. However, the sky starts to darken. An extremely loud bang makes the planet shudder. And from the middle of the clouds, a cube appears. Inside the cube, Goku and Vados approach. Liquid watches and waits for them to land. When they land, Liquid approaches and asks, "Hey, aren't you the warrior from Universe 7? What are you doing here?" Goku then responds, "I came here to defeat you." Liquid starts laughing and says, "How funny. You come all this way to tell jokes. Now, seriously, why did you come here?" Goku responds, "Are you seeing me laugh?" At this moment, Liquid gets angry, closes his fists and stares with a serious look at Goku. And at this moment he says, "You really think that a mortal trash like you is capable of defeating me, a deity? Don't you dare to say nonsense anymore." Goku responds, "So what do you think you're testing whether your theory is right? Come over here and I'll show you what I can do." Liquid is serious. His aura starts to emanate from Goku, then continue his taunts. "For a lazy god, you even have a very strong aura. Let's fight a little. I want to see how far I can get." Goku smiles and Liquid gets even angrier. At this moment he says, "Why do you want to face me so badly? It even looks like you're sure you can win." Goku says, "Really, I'm sure I can win this fight. And I want to fight you for a simple reason, that all the gods of destruction have already caused enough damage in this universe. Now it's time to make them taste a little of their own poison." But then starts walking slowly, and Goku screams, "Come on! Let's start this fight! Are you scared?" At that instant, Liquid disappears, reappearing in front of Goku, hitting an extremely powerful punch in his face, throwing him away. Goku lands on the ground but quickly recovers and gets back up. At this moment, Goku says, "Finally, we can start. Goku then transforms into God Killer, and his aura creates an intense glow that makes everything start to shiver. Liquid looks at that appearance and says, "Oh, now I get it. I will finish off here and now." To be continued. Gohan in his Beast Mode 2 form starts advancing and pressuring the angel Zyrus. Zyrus speaks. How did immortal strength speed increase so much overnight? Is that which was able to defeat Psycho? It's not possible. A shudder arises. Zyrus watches and realizes that Azazel was enraged. Azazel says, "Come on, Zyrus, get rid of these guys. How dare you let these insolent mortals do this to you?" Zyrus feels pressured and advances towards Gohan. Gohan easily dodges and says, "I don't understand. How is an angel afraid of another god? He doesn't even have a relationship with this priestess Sakai." Zyrus gets restless, making his whole body shudder. Piccolo God says, "Gohan, back away. There's something strange going on with her." At that moment, Zyrus says, "Eliminate mortals as Lord Azazel orders. Eliminate mortals as Lord Azazel orders. Eliminate mortals as all Azazel orders. Die!" Gohan and Piccolo prepare for Zyrus' counterattack. North side of the palace of the High Priestess Akai. Vegeta, with the essence of the legendary Saiyan God, finds the bloody angel Shiva. Shiva says, "How's this possible? Can a mortal raise that power so much?" "Vegeta, you fool! You will never be able to defeat me no matter how much force you involve." Vegeta laughs and says, "Now you're gone! I know! Flash!" Vegeta launches a massive attack on Zyrus. Zyrus appears in front of Vegeta and says, "Essence of the Angel of Destruction." The scene where Vegeta was fighting Shiva disappears completely. Vegeta questions himself. "Where am I? What is this place?" At that moment, Shiva's voice appears, but Vegeta cannot feel her body. Vegeta speaks. "Let's go, you damn angel! Reveal where you are as soon as possible! You will never be forgiven!" Soon after, a battle scenario appears in front of Vegeta, and the image of all the gods of destruction appears in front of the Universe 7 Saiyan. Vegeta says, "What the hell is going on here? It looks like that the same illusion that this angel used in the past for me to fight her alongside Kakarot. What the hell is she up to?" Vegeta. Now you're on my battlefield. Have fun with my puppets. On the battlefield created by Sakai, all the gods of destruction appear to attack Vegeta. Vegeta says, "Impossible!" Shiva speaks. "Let's show your strength. Show me your strength. Aren't you Yamazaki's essence Saiyan? Show me what you're capable of." The god of destruction Liquid charges towards Vegeta. Vegeta instantly activates his ultra ego and speaks. "This can only be madness. Are you all gods of destruction?" Vegeta closes his eyes and begins to reflect, and right after he clashes his fist with the god of destruction Liquid. Shiva is surprised by the Saiyan's performance. Soon after, the other gods of destruction begin attacking Vegeta at high speed. Vegeta begins to receive several blows. Vegeta, with his body all blooded, says, "This is certainly not all the strength of the gods of destruction. You cannot copy the true strength of the enemy. Even more so with so many warriors together. Just like the last battle, some of your life energy starts to run out. So you sent your clone to attack me and Kakarot in the empty dimension. Meaning if I take out these guys, I just need to find his real body hidden around here." Shiva gets serious and says, "That wretch discovered me." Vegeta. Now tell me, you with that body all worn out, how will you manage to win? Vegeta smiles and says, "Just doing what we Saiyans always do, you pathetic angel. I will overcome my limits." Vegeta begins to receive several combined blows from the gods of destruction, but at the same time, he begins to hit them with big blows. Vegeta drops to the ground and says, "It seems that since the beginning of this war, I've been one step behind you, Kakarot. I'm sure that if I were you, I would have done something different. You've always taken your powers to a much higher level. That's how you've always done it. In fact, since we had our first fight. You've always been like this. The tournament of parody was no different, activating your ultra instinct. You really are amazing, Kakarot. I thought that when I had activated my ultra ego, I had equaled the powers of your ultra instinct. And right after awakening Yamazaki's essence, but I see that not. I'm sure you already managed to beat that angel. And I'm still here going through this situation against this bloody angel. This is funny. Me, the Prince of all Saiyans, going through this again. Shiva laughs. He finally doesn't get up anymore. He's learned where he belongs. Haven't you, Vegeta? A big laugh breaks out. Shiva says, "What the hell is going on?" Vegeta's voice rises. Lord Beerus, I managed to perfect the technique you taught me. This is the true power of destruction! Shiva and all the gods of destruction are amazed. Vegeta is shirtless, and his hair turns the color of his Ultra Ego and the length of a Super Saiyan 3 hair. Vegeta says, "This is Ultra Ego Phase 2! I absorb all the blows I received from the gods of destruction. Now the phase of destruction begins!" Vegeta versus all the gods of destruction. Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans, the proudest warrior who swore to be the most powerful warrior, the one who overcame all obstacles and changed his entire personality. Vegeta, the son of King Vegeta, the Saiyan who built a family on Earth and swore to fight to protect his loved ones. He is in the toughest battle of his life. A new power was revealed, the level 2 of Ultra Ego. Vegeta is no longer the same. Shiva angrily watches and speaks. Well. If he wasn't hiding yet another trick, does that mean you can get stronger? Vegeta! Let's see what you're able to do! Vegeta didn't say a word. The gods of destruction created by Shiva advance insanely to attack Vegeta. In a few moments, Vegeta says a word. Okay! A god of destruction is eliminated at the same time. Impressed, Shiva says, "How is it possible? Vegeta, you miserable worm! How could you do that?" Vegeta begins to reflect on his thoughts. Vegeta says, "What is happening to me? Where is so much power coming from? I feel that no one will be able to defeat me like this. It seems that even the gods of destruction are no match for me. I am the Great Vegeta! Get ready." Vegeta begins to remember when he first mastered the Ultra Ego in front of Beerus. Beerus says, "Well done, Vegeta. It seems that you are able to use the energy of destruction. This energy is able to fight on equal terms with Ultra Instinct. Ultra Instinct is the ability that even the gods have difficulty using. But now I can see that Ultra Ego can go much further. This potential that Vegeta emanated will certainly make him reach a level never seen before." Vegeta activates Ultra Ego Level 2. The palace of the High Priestess Sakai begins to shake. Goku, walking over the palace, senses Vegeta's energy and speaks. Vegeta, what kind of incredible power are you showing? Is this the true essence of Yamazaki? This power is really incredible. Wait, I can feel the Ultra Ego energy of several gods fighting you, Vegeta. What is happening? Shiva begins to feel his energy weakened when he sees that Vegeta had managed to hit a Hakai on a god of destruction. Vegeta insanely begins to attack the gods of destruction while receiving several blows. The gods could not understand what was happening to Vegeta, since the more hits he received instead of retreating, the more he attacked. Shiva says, "Impossible! He's managed to withstand so many blows! Not even the original god of destruction would be able to do something like that! What are you hiding, Vegeta?" A crucial attack begins to be high. Vegeta begins to eliminate more gods of destruction, creating several craters in the scenario that had been created by the Bloody Angel. A horde of 3 gods of destruction rush towards Vegeta. Vegeta begins to remember from the beginning of his trajectory when he learned the Super Saiyan Blue. Vegeta says, "It seems like yesterday that I trained with Mr. Beerus alongside Whis and Kakarot. When I saw Kakarot reaching the form of a Super Saiyan God, I thought he would never reach that level. I refused to do like Kakarot. Never as a pure Saiyan would need the help of others to get stronger, even if that meant getting killed. I would never accept working like that. I thought we matched our powers when we fought Frieza in his golden transformation. But even so, I let my guard down and let myself to be carried away by arrogance, causing Frieza to destroy everything. If it weren't for Mr. Whis to go back in time, it would have all been over. But now everything's different. Now you and I are no longer pawns of the game of the gods, Kakarot. Now not even the strongest will be able to beat us." Vegeta starts to raise his ki even more, and all the gods of destruction are thrown away. Shiva keeps losing his power. Shiva says, "No way! I'll have to attack together with them. This Ultra Ego's powers are very strange. I don't understand it. It seems that the more hits he takes, the stronger he gets. Even when everything indicated that he would no longer have the strength and would fall to the ground, he got up and got even stronger. There's no chance!" Shiva advances to attack Vegeta. Vegeta was with his body stopped, having thoughts in his subconscious, while several gods of destruction also prepare to attack him. Vegeta receives the attack from Shiva and all the gods of destruction. At that moment, Vegeta starts laughing and says, "Weak, very weak. Is this all the powers of the gods? Are you considered the bloody angel? Well, no, it's you who's going to bleed. Calican!" Vegeta starts to deliver a sequence of blows to Shiva, and in the blink of an eye, several gods of destruction are thrown away. Vegeta disintegrates the gods of destruction of Universe 1 and 2, and soon after advances on the other gods of destruction. With each god of destruction that is eliminated, Shiva's life energy begins to diminish. Shiva was already running out of power to fight, and Vegeta was still laughing. Vegeta says, "You, from the beginning, belittled the power of us Saiyans. From the beginning, you laughed at us. When Kakarot and I were imprisoned in the empty dimension, his clone ended up humiliating us. But even so, Kakarot managed to activate Yamoshi's essence with the Infinite Saiyan and defeat his clone. However, time passed. That had been his opportunity to finish us off, but his arrogance made him believe that a Saiyan would never be able to face an angel. And that is the reason for his defeat." Shiva, lying on the ground, says, "You imbecile! Don't think that victory is given to you! Gods of destruction, attack Vegeta!" Vegeta starts to laugh, but he feels that his body is reaching its limits. "I will never be defeated by you, mediocre angel. Supreme Hakai!" Vegeta starts to dodge with the mastery of his Ultra Ego, and soon after, with just one blow, he disintegrates all the gods of destruction that were about to attack him. The battlefield is cleared with only one warrior standing. The warrior is the Prince of Saiyans. Shiva, lying on the ground, says, "Impossible! After all, who are you?" Furious Vegeta says, "I am Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans, and I have just one word. I want you to hear before you die, bloody angel." Shiva is just looking at Vegeta. Vegeta Ultra Ego 2 says, "Hakai!" Shiva, the bloody angel, is eliminated. A huge shudder occurs in Sakai's palace after the bloody angel is disposed of. Everyone notices that Vegeta's energy was neutralized. Vegeta says, "I remember fighting against Gas. I had not been able to defeat him because my Ultra Ego has reached its limits. But this time, it seems that everything's different." So that it was. The secret of the Ultra Ego was to make the heart pure. Pure, willing to destroy everything. Vegeta was different. Vegeta starts walking to the throne of the angel Shiva, who had been defeated, and sits on his throne to recover his energy.
Vegeta was smiling crazily, having activated his strongest stage. Neither gods nor angel, no one is a match for the Prince of all Saiyans.
Angel Kai, the strongest, and Shiva, the bloody angel, were defeated. All the battles kept going on, and everything seemed to be coming to an end. Goku increasingly raising his powers and making the battles become more and more intriguing. Goku had learned the essence of his angel powers after having combined his powers alongside from his energy, which had been bound from another timeline. Still, the greatest performance was shown when Vegeta managed to activate his second level of Ultra Ego. Vegeta's powers were each time being increased, even beyond Yamasaki's essence. The primordial power of the Prince of Saiyans was finally revealed. Meanwhile, in the central part of the palace of the High Priestess Sakai, Whis starts laughing and says, "Just look at Sakai. It seems that things are different now. I feel that Kai and Shiva's energy are gone. Weren't you the one who said that the mortals and the Daishikan's universe were extremely weak?" Sakai keeps being serene. Sakai then says, "You think that just because two of my strongest angels let their gods down, that we will lose the war?" Don't make me laugh. I remember you from when you were such an insolent child, Whis. Now you think you can fight me just for being an angel. Just look at you, pitiful. Now you'll see the difference between our powers. Whis makes a serious look on his face. Zarama watches and says, "I don't understand. Even though Whis and Vados are very powerful, Sakai as the mother of angels could easily beat them both. But for some reason she's fighting them until now. What's going on? Wait, could it be that while she released the portal of the liberation of dragons, she ended up spending too much of her energy? Oh, so that's it, Sakai. You know that other warriors can still appear here in the center of the stage, and that's why you're containing your powers, so you can fight the whole war." Fascinating as one would expect from the Mother of Angels. Whis says, "We don't have time to play here anymore. Supreme Celestial Cube! Come on, Vados, come with me!" Vado takes Whis' hand and prepares to launch a massive attack on Sakai. In the blink of an eye, a gigantic dragon appears on the backs of the two angels. Whis looks scared and says, "What is that?" Vado speaks. "Brother, it's very close. It is practically impossible for us to escape." The giant dragon was about to hit Whis and Vados. Sakai starts laughing. "I had said that I could finish you off on my own." Sarama speaks. "Don't get me wrong, but I felt you needed my help, Sakai." Whis says, "Vados, get out of the way!" Whis receives the attack of the dragon god Zarama in full. A huge explosion takes place in the palace of the High Priestess. Whis' voice comes through. Damn it. It seems that this time, not even with Ultra Instinct, I could escape. Really, the attack of the creator of God of everything hurts a lot. Vados is shocked by the image she sees and speaks. "Brother!" Whis was with his body all blooded and extremely injured for having received Zarama's attack in full. Whis says, "Sister, can you hold it for me? Maybe I'll need some time to recover." Zarama appears in front of Whis and says, "And who said I would let you recover?" Whis then thinks, "Damn it, so the god of Super Dragon Balls decided to start fighting alongside Sakai." Sakai's energy starts to increase. Zarama is impressed. Sakai, smiling insanely, says, "When did I authorize you to get involved in this Zarama fight? I will finish you all!" Southside Palace of the High Priestess. Gohan in his Beast Mode 2 form starts to have an advantage fighting Zyrus. Zyrus says, "How could a mortal manage to overcome his limits in this way? If I'm not mistaken, this is the boy who left Zaki in a bad way, and now he himself managed to defeat Psycho. I will never accept this. I've had enough of you. Always believing you can get stronger. Believing us mortals will be in your pawns. Gohan and Zyros begins to exchange several punches. Azazel watches. Piccolo just watches Gohan and Zyros battle as he observes Azazel's behavior. Azazel was enraged, but still did not engage in battle. Azazel in his thoughts says, "You are too weak, Zyros. You all the angels don't know how to fight. They only embarrass themselves. I myself will finish them off. The Daishikan, Sakai, all of you will all be destroyed." Gohan, having the upper hand against Zyros, starts to think, "This transformation doesn't last for long. This guy certainly doesn't have the powers of an angel. If I defeat him, surely Mr. Piccolo will finish him off in his god form." Zyros starts to laugh and says, "Mediocre mortal! What makes you believe that you can defeat me?" Gohan looks at Zyros with a serious look and starts to reflect. Gohan closes his eyes and begins to remember his battles and says, You know, since I was a child, I always avoided fighting. Unlike a pure-blooded Saiyan, I always had the thought of a hybrid to my human side, wanted to study, play like a normal child. However, my reality was always surrounded by battles, and I knew that at some point I would have to fight. The first thing I lost in front of me was my father, and then my master. I knew I had to stay strong, but fear spoke louder than me, and that made things more tense and I didn't know how to deal with it. Then Mr. Piccolo was teaching me everything I needed to get stronger, and that was believing in myself. My father's absence, I was always in charge of saving the Earth. That's what my father and Mr. Piccolo taught me. I am Son Gohan, the Saiyan hybrid from Universe 7. It doesn't matter to me if you're an angel, what you are. I have defeated several enemies to save the Earth, and now it won't be different. Zyros starts to laugh and speaks. Beautiful speech, but you talk too much. Die, boy! Inclusion of darkness! Gohan seriously looks and says, "Fusion of Saiyan Namekian techniques. Special beam, Kamehameha!" Gohan's ultimate attack begins to engulf Zyros' attack, making Zyros received every attack from Saiyan hybrid. Zyros says, "What? Impossible!" Piccolo watches smiling and says, "Well done, Gohan. You won. Now it is your turn." Piccolo has started to look at Azazel, who was totally enraged, and says, "How dare you! Zyros, you weak, being defeated by a mere mortal!" Gohan was already weakened from having fought Zyko, and soon after against Zyros says, "Mr. Piccolo, I'm broke. This guy is with you now." Gohan then faints. Azazel speaks. "Angels, always as weak as ever. It is time for the Makayoshins to spring into action." Scared, Piccolo says, "A Makayoshin and Angel were together all this time?" Zyros, lying on the floor, barely able to speak, says, "Don't be mad, Azazel, please." Azazel says, "Now it will be the end of you all." A blue light appears in front of Azazel. Piccolo again activates his Namek God form and speaks. Well, I guess it's time for the Super Namekian to step into action." A great explosion appears in the palace of the High Priestess Akai. Gohan starts to question himself. What's going on here? Weakened Zyros says, "This is an energy of uncontrolled destruction." At that moment, in Vegeta's location, Vegeta begins to feel an extremely high energy pressure. Vegeta says, "What the hell is going on here? I'm still getting my energy back." A voice comes up. "Mortals defeating angels. It seems that I haven't seen that in a long time. It seems that a prophecy is about to happen. The moment mortals manage to overcome the gods, the great end will begin." Vegeta says, "That voice, that key, is even more powerful than before, but I know that energy." The voice says, looks like you've gotten a lot stronger than the last time I saw you, Vegeta. So you've discovered your true essence. Vegeta responds,
You knew everything all this time. You've been watching my struggle, and you didn't think to help me for a moment.
The voice says, You didn't need my help, Vegeta. I thanked them for saving me, but I never said we were friends. Vegeta watches. At that moment, the dragon Zafir, brother of Zalama, appears. Zafir, the supreme dragon, second brother of Zarama, appears on a battlefield. Zafir was sealed in an empty dimension created by Zakai. After Goku and Vegeta were sent by Zaki and Bazaroth, owned the trap that was launched on them, Goku reached the infinite Super Saiyan stage and managed to defeat the clone of the angel Shiva. That, alongside Vegeta, he found Zafir, Zarama's brother, second general of the Dragon Army. Until then, Zafir had disappeared, saying he had unfinished business to resolve, and now he appears in Zakai's celestial palace in front of Vegeta. What has Zafir been doing all this time? Vegeta wasn't quite understanding what he was seeing. Vegeta doesn't know about Zafir's true powers. Zafir, that dragon that once showed to be very powerful and told Goku and Vegeta all the past that the ancestors of his race, all the stories of the legendary Saiyans about the essence of Yamushi. At that time, Vegeta was going through several complications, considering that Kakarot managed to raise his power even more. Vegeta wondered why Kakarot was so powerful and how he managed to get so strong. At these moments, we began to question ourselves. Was Zafir coming to show that Vegeta could even increase his powers, or was Zafir already thinking about something that could happen? Vegeta starts to question himself and says,
All of this is happening, and it's very strange. How did this guy manage to show up here? It doesn't make any sense! First, he started to raise his powers even more when he fought with us in a void dimension, and later he seems to be purposely wanting us to know about Yamoshi's essence. Kakarot showed the transformation of the Infinite Saiyan and soon after managed to increase his powers more and more. This made us imagine that Kakarot's powers had no limits. But if we stop to think about it, the beginning of this war, when Kakarot revealed all of his powers, he went through different training every moment, and it seems that even all this time, Kakarot's strength was still not enough to defeat the enemy anymore. It's okay that Kakarot managed to win a battle now, but still, he went through a lot of training. It's not possible, is it?
Zafir began to watch and laugh. Vegeta, look, I really must say that your line of reasoning is much greater than that of the other warriors. In the blink of an eye, you were able to really understand everything that was happening. That is fantastic, Mr. Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans. Congratulations. Now you can see that Goku actually remained a puppet of Sakai. Vegeta at that moment questions himself.
What are you talking about?
Zafir responds, Can you remember that from the beginning we always said that Goku was the target of the High Priestess? Goku at first was the Saiyan that had been sent to Earth, so he could become a great warrior, conquering planets. Vegeta, even when you appeared at Frieza's command and fought against Goku, you could see that your powers were not the same as before. You realized that everything that was happening could be changed when you saw that Goku's powers were not the same. You managed to understand that the strength of this Saiyan came from within, or fought for his loved ones. That's why you decided to raise your family. Who would have guessed? You, Vegeta, being a father. That Saiyan who only thought about destruction and at the same time also wanted to have immortality. Well, actually, that's all that happened in the blink of an eye. And you were the creator of all this essence. But that's beside the point. What happens is that the Mother of Angels, since her time in Cell, has always thought about it. She always wanted things to happen her way, while you didn't even know who the angels were. While you had several battles and became much more powerful, the High Priestess Sakai already knew about it. I was able to meditate for a long time after you freed me, and I started to analyze several things that had been happening. But I confess that what intrigued me the most and left me with a very big thought was seeing all the powers that Goku achieved. And I confess that at this level, that you and Goku have now, surprised me. I would never have imagined that you could become much more powerful than some kind of angel. But know that in the ranking of angels, Kai always said that he was the strongest. But I always had my doubts. And by the way, you can see that Shiva, even though she was just a bloody angel, she was not an angel who could fight in hand-to-hand combat. Maybe that's why you won. Vegeta responds.
What are you trying to say? You mean I won just because the angel wasn't that powerful?
Zafir observes and says, "Oh, that's not it, Vegeta. Did you not understand? The big issue here is that you didn't realize that all this time Goku's energy was being drained. Goku has always gone through different training since this war started. Training with Zaidos, soon after with the Daishikan himself. After you found out about Yamoshi's essence, everything happened the way the Mother of Angels wanted it. But we made you think that it was Goku's third son, Gon, who was the real target. Now he's lying in the void dimension while all his energy has been drained to save Zarama. So can you understand what this means, Vegeta?" Scared, Vegeta says,
No, it's not possible. That's not possible. All we're doing is getting Kakarot drained of energy by Sakai. Is Sakai waiting for Kakarot? Damn it! I can't let that happen!
Vegeta, with his weakened body, tells Zafir to
Get out of the way!
Zafir says, "I'm sorry, but with your body, you're not getting anywhere. I have unfinished business with Zarama, but I can't let you out there. No. I have unfinished business with Zarama, but I can't let you out of here just yet." Vegeta activates his Phase 2 Ultra Ego again. Vegeta says,
If you don't leave here for good, you'll leave for bad. I'm already tired of these angels and demons continue to think we were mere pawns.
Zafir says, Saiyans, as usual, they're never happy with anything. I reveal the truth to you, and yet you want to attack me. Well, and it'll be like this, Vegeta. Come, an unusual battle. Vegeta Ego 2 versus Zafir. Still, with all this war and all these fights, we can see that now Sakai's target has always been Goku. North side of the battle against Sakai. Sakai says, I feel like it's getting closer and closer here. I hope to see you soon, son Goku. To be continued. Now, hey, my partner, what do you believe in and what do you think about all of this? Regardless of what it is more than important that you arrive. Expose it in your comments so that we can enter into that crazy debate. Don't forget to click the like button, subscribe here to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss any videos. And that's it for today. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.